Alright, so this is the last chance that I have to do a video of the cribs because the decking's going on. I just wanted to show the cantilever and how I did it and how I supported all the extra square footage. This is the new crib that I added. This is where the failure of the original dock happened. Basically the walkway here was unsupported. It was you know, resting on a really heavy cantilever from the big crib, and eventually when the rot happened, it sank right in there. So this crib gives it plenty of support, and it's all adjustable with the threaded rod. Got a little thrifty here with these 3 stringers. I ripped a 6x8, and it was kind of nice having lighter, beam over this cantilevered area, which is here. That's about, I think that's about 4.5 feet. That's on a cantilever, and I built this support that's opposite right here. So this 8x8 beam extends out this way, and then it's got the threaded rod through it so I can adjust it. Those steel plates there are just shimming it up. So in the future, if it needed to be adjusted, you could always just loosen the nut, remove the shims or add a bigger one. So yeah, that sort of gives adjustability and support to over here, and then this threaded rod just goes through this one and this one. But this is like rock solid now, which is pretty cool. Because it's cantilevered 4 feet out here, and then 4.5 feet here. So it's a pretty large area that doesn't have support underneath it. So yeah, that was really kind of neat doing that. That's probably the first time I've done a cantilever like that. And it's kind of cool because this whole area here, like there's a crib there, and then there's a great big crib here that's 8x16. So you have this like really neat long area that you could swim in between the cribs. I'd be all over that. Who knows if they will. But yeah, this is 12 foot wide on this end here, and then that's 20 feet, and then this is 16, and then this little section to here is 8, and then this here is all kind of additional square footage, because basically I put a 12 foot here, a 14 there, and then 2 16s there. Those are 16s. And that gives, lots of extra space. It's about 60 additional square feet from the original. And the whole dock is like more centered, because previously there was no cantilever off that end. We've got 16 feet along this crib. And then there's 2 feet, from, that's the beams, the top beams are overhanging. So you've got 2 feet on that side, and then another 2 feet on this side. So that's 20. And then same thing here. The crib ends right on this beam, but the overhang is 2 feet. And the original was kind of weird because it didn't have any overhang right here. So it was like, 0 cantilever here. And then on this side, it had 3 feet of overhang. So I just thought that was weird that the cantilever wasn't counterbalanced. It was just, it's just not ideal to have the load unbalanced like that. So the downside upside to doing what I did was, there's an extra corner on the dock right there, which, it would have been like a 50-foot long straight area, which is like totally overkill for a lake like this. It's not like you're ever going to have a boat that big. And you've still got a 16-foot section and a 20-foot section on the end. So you still got plenty of room. Plus, there's still two, you know, 25, 30-foot sections there. So there's loads of room for boats on this dock. It's huge. So yeah, it all worked out really well. I'm really happy with it. It's a fun build, this one. And the crib was converted to an adjustable, so it spiked in, you know, 3 beams down to the original crib, and then you know, the threaded rod only goes down into the new stuff, and then it's spiked beneath that, but it's still adjustable. So this dock's gonna last a really long time, especially on this lake. I bet you he'll get like 50 years out of this. The ramp is a bit of a different story because it's more recycled wood from his original, and you know, I had to rotate these 3 8x8s because, you know, they usually rot where the fascia is. So, you know, I put the fresh side out, you know, so that it kind of buys it some more life. Like, you might get 15 years out of this walkway, which I think is fine because the walkway's got small cribs and it's probably more of a liability anyway. So, you know, it's the thing that's going to be more likely that it gets bumped by ice or whatever. So getting close to done on this. Rebecca Lake.